Today we're doing something a little bit different. You've seen plenty of my videos where I take existing songs and I break them down into their essential music theory components and we do an analysis, and it seems to be pretty helpful for people, so happy to keep doing it. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're not doing a breakdown, we're going to do a build up. And we're going to use one of my new favorite tools, Captain Plugins from Mixed in Key. There is a Japanese art form called Hitofude Ryu, apologies for my pronunciation if it's not accurate, where the artist takes a single brush, dips it into the paint once, goes to the paper or the canvas and does one brush stroke, and then the piece is done. And the idea there is to capture pure inspiration and absolute flow. Don't think about it, just do it and let the art come through you and onto the paper. We're going to try to replicate that here today, and I'm going to do a series of these if we like them, and I'm going to make different choices each time just to show you how fast you can go from idea to execution and whip up kind of the basis of a song using the Captain tools. It obviously helps if you either play piano, but you don't have to. That's the beauty of the Captain tools. It helps if you know music theory, but you don't have to. That's the beauty of the Captain tools. I obviously know a little bit about what I'm doing, but I want you to know that I have prepared almost nothing today. This is going to be pure improvisation, so I don't really know what's going to happen. I'm going to move over to Ableton Live in a moment and show you the setup and what might be a template for you if you buy the tools and use this as a creative workflow, which obviously I highly recommend. And we're going to see what happens. So today, it's the anti-breakdown. It's the build-up. I'm Matt Donner, and this is Paramind's The Breakdown. Okay, so we're moving over to Ableton Live. I'm going to show you the Captain tools briefly, and then I'm just going to go for it, and we'll see how long it takes me to whip up an idea musically here. Again, I have almost nothing prepared. I've chosen the synth sound that I know I'm going to use, and I'll explain why I chose that afterwards. Other than that, really not sure what I'm going to do. So you're going to watch me kind of use theory and use everything that I do in the breakdown in reverse in the build-up using Captain plugins. So let's start first with Captain, what it is, where it lives, what it's all about. There are 4 tools, and they are Captain Chords, Captain Play, Captain Melody, and Captain Deep, and I think you could kind of figure those all out on your own. I'm only going to use Chords, Melody, and Deep, and Play actually lives in Chords, so I'm actually going to start there. So let's go over to Ableton and see what's going on here. I have a very simple 4 on the floor kick drum. You can see it's a default session at 120 BPM. And if I just hit play, it's your basic 4 on the floor kick drum. Not terribly exciting. And I'm going to start messing with everything in the flow and just kind of see what happens. Now, the way this works is in your plugins folder under VST. You can see Chords, Deep, Melody, and Play. And again, I'm only going to use these 3. I'm going to start by just putting Chords on the first one, Deep on the second, and Melody on the third. And that's going to be it for now. This is all just kind of pre-work. This is setup. Again, in a perfect world, that you would, once you get it set up, you would save it as a template, fire it up, get right to work. Okay. So Captain Chords, you've seen me do this a little bit with when I was doing a breakdown for Cosette's Sleepless. This is the way it works. Okay. Oh, that's Melody. That's not what I want. I'm going to go over to Chords, and this is kind of the starting point. One of the first things we do is we'll change key, we'll change sounds, we'll change all of that stuff. But I'm first going to navigate over to Play. And Play, I can use a MIDI keyboard. I'm going to use my laptop keyboard just to keep it super, super simple. And when you click on the keyboard option, Play shows up. And then the QWERTY keyboard shows up, and it tells you exactly what's going on here. So if I hit A, it's a triad. If I hit Q, it's a 7th chord. And then you have chords that are unrelated to the key. I'm going to keep it to the simple most common row, this A, S, D, F, G, H, I row. I'm going to choose my sound, which is the one thing that I prepared ahead of time, and I'm going to go over to pads, and I'm going to choose the Ah pad. Ah pad. So now, no matter what note I play, it plays the corresponding chord. So if I hit A, it's the 1 chord. And it even shows you up at the top. S, the 2 chord. Probably not going to use that one. C major, 7, I think, is D, is the 3rd note. So first note, first letter, second letter, third letter is first chord, second chord, third chord in your key and your scale. That's all the prep work I'm going to do with respect to that. So now I'm ready to go with Captain Chords. But I'm not quite done yet. I'm actually going to move this to the bottom. I'm going to head over to Captain Deep, which is the bass tool, and I'm going to open it up. And you can see it just sitting there waiting. So when I connect it, what's going to happen is that all of the decisions that I make in Captain Chords are going to flow into Captain Deep. And then it's going to behave the way it's supposed to based on whatever I choose in Chords. So I'm just going to connect it. And I'll leave the presets open just to kind of keep it simple for right now. In future videos, we'll dig into details there. And in Captain Melody, same thing. I'm going to open it up and simply connect it. And you can see it's already giving some starter ideas. And I'm just going to leave those alone. In fact, I'm going to close them for now. And by the way, when they're open, they function. When they are closed, they don't. So if you don't want to hear the melody, you can simply close the plugin window. But keep in mind that if you close the plugin window and you want to hear it, it's not going to work. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's go back into Chords. And now it's sitting there, ready, waiting to go. And I'm going to warm up a little bit because I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be fun. I hope. It's an experiment. We'll see what happens, Internet. Got a little stopwatch here. We're going to put a stopwatch on the screen for you. And that's it. That's my prep work. I'm ready to go. And now it is Hitofude Ryu music style Captain Plugins. In fact, before I even hit play, let's build up a little idea. I'm not going to hit play. I'm just going to go over to the play tab and then start hitting some chords and getting some keys. I'm going to hit the 1 chord and I'm going to mess with the key. I'm going to mess with the scale. I'm going to mess with the progressions and we're going to go from there. And now, go. That's a good sound. That's a real good sound. I like that. No. I'm going to go with E flat. And now my progression. All right, so 1, 5, 1, 3, 6, 4, 5, 6. That's what I'm going to do. Now, first thing I'm going to try is I can record it, put it right in there, drag it in. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to build it. So now I'm going over to the verse. I got the 1 chord, and now I'm going to put in the 5 chord, and then the 1 chord again, and then the 3 chord, and then the 6, 4, 5, and 6. And there's my 8-bar progression. This is what it sounds like. Oh, this is A minor. I don't want A minor. I want E flat minor. Here we go. Yeah, that's more better. Okay, so Captain Chords, done. Captain Deep, bass. Who's next? We're going to fire you up and make some quick choices. I don't have to worry about key. It's already done. Cool, that's every offbeat. I kind of like that, but let's see what else we got. Okay, that's the action. Let's try moving. Cool, I like Malibu. We're gonna go there. Deep. Done! melody. Let's see what happens here. I have no idea how I'm doing on time here. Go up an octave. I used Malibu before. Let's stay with Malibu. I'm going to mess with the tension. This is in harmony. Let's go with in scale. I'm going to change the sound and go with, I think, the Rico pluck. I like the Rico pluck. Now it's too high. So with this Malibu rhythm and with this up, down quarter note, it obviously does the same melody all the way through. I kind of like that. This might be a nice background melody. I can drag this to the DAW and mess with it later. For right now, I'm just going to put a little delay and a little filter on it and have some fun. Four minutes, 28 seconds. And if you take out about 15 seconds, 28 seconds of me yappering and making bad decisions, you got it down to 4 minutes. My target was 1 minute? No. But I got it down to 4. That's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. 4 minutes. And I'm already in my idea and the flow happened. And like I said, the only thing I really prepared was choosing the ah pad. Captain Plugins, everybody. That's how fast it is. I'm going to do this again and again and again and again and again, see if I can make different decisions, come up with some different ideas. Maybe I'll get a little bit more familiar with some of the other sounds in there. I make some other decisions ahead of time, but that's how fast it can be. Now, I ended up, if I go back to chords, I ended up in minor, fine, but just for fun, let's see what happens if I change my mind. Here's Dory. Sixth chord doesn't work. Okay, let's try Mixolydian, who might be happier. I think the 3 will be funky here. So obviously when you choose your key and choose your scale, you want to pretty much base the chords around it. You can change your mind afterwards for sure. It may work, it may not work. As I've done here, I went over to Mixolydian and now my 3 chord doesn't work. So I think I'll choose the 4 instead of the 3. And I think instead of the 6, I'll go with the 5. I'm using the 5 already. Maybe I'll keep the 6 and I'll end on the 5. And let's see what happens now. That works. Minor tweaks only necessary. So that's the whole goal here, is you can find a sound, find a key, find a scale, hit play, bang on some notes, get some stuff that sounds good. Go over to the chords, go over to the verse, plug them in, hit play, go to deep, done. Go to melody, done. 4 minutes. Let me know if you like the process. Got questions about Captain? Got questions about how I knew what key sounded good? How I knew what mode was going to work? Hit me up. Obviously, you can always email me, matt@puremind.com. You can always book sessions with me. And obviously, if you're curious about learning more about music theory and things like that, feel free to jump in and take some of our online classes. Music Theory with Ableton Live, Producing and Arranging 101 with Matt Donner. How about that? I'll see you around. See you around the next time, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for being fans. As always, I know you'll put comments in there because you guys always do. Put some comments in. Let me know if you like this process. And tell me if you think you want to see me experiment with some things. And let's see what happens. Captain Sweet Plugins, mixed in key. If you're a PureMind student, I'm pretty sure you're going to get an academic discount. Hit me up and let me know. I'll reach out to them and see what I can do for you, because I'm sure they would love to have some of our students using the tools. We've got them here on the labs, and we're integrating it into the curriculum. It's pretty dope. So check it out for sure. I'm a big fan. So take care, everybody. See you next time.
If you're an aspiring music producer and ready to evolve your sound, find out more about our San Francisco ground campus, online classes, and one-on-one mentorships at Pyramid.com.